Yup, peep gang. The movie opens somewhere in South America with this fat Fidel Castro stealing this woman's trinkets. They drift off into the jungle until they reach a roadblock. So gang has his lackeys hop out to go cut down the tree when one of his men gets yanked into the atmosphere. And this other nigga got violated off screen. He just got dragged away. They must got Arkham Batman just walking around South America and shit. He got these boys experiencing genuine terror. Over here talking about how it's the legendary ghost of the jungle. No, it's a big ass green turtle with 2 katanas and a whole lot of unresolved issues, and he just off-screen kills him. The next scene is him taking the whole cart back to the village and giving the pendant, and he's not like hog-tied or anything. That nigga's dead. He is dead. He's aura farming so much around these parts, they're calling him the jungle ghost. These South Americans are so creative. That's obviously a big ass turtle covered with a dirty bedsheet. Either way, April O'Neil, the resident eye candy of the movie, shows up in her Laura Croft attire. She uses the legend to pinpoint where he could be, finds a suspiciously placed random gun in the middle of the jungle. Listen to me. Come here. This nigga Leonardo leads her into a trap just to catch her at the bottom and make this corny ass joke.
It's a long way from the city to just drop in.
So the reason Leonardo is even in South America in the first place is that Master Splinter has sent him there to learn how to be a better leader somehow, but it's been over a year since he was supposed to come back. So nigga just might be having fun being Argentinian Batman. And April shows up in the jungle to convince Leonardo to come back to New York. Tells him how his brothers are lost without him. Donatello and Michelangelo have both gotten jobs. Donnie is working as a call girl.
No, I'm not playing hard to get. I'm telling you, sir, it's not that kind of phone line.
I'm just stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. Horny.
And Michelangelo is getting beaten by children like Cat Williams as a birthday party mascot, leaving Raphael to become actual Gotham Batman, riding around on that Yamaha, chaining bank robbers up like Spider-Man. This shit is spectacular. In the middle of their conversation, April blinks once and he fucking disappears. Like, who do you think you are, bro? Remember that shit I said earlier about April O'Neil in the Laura Croft fit? She is literally just Laura Croft in this movie, or fucking Irish Nathan Drake, cause she's selling these big ass statues to this billionaire. She's been collecting a bunch of them for his little side project or something. And during this whole little interaction, this shit happens.
Oh my, this is my associate, Casey.
Nice to meet you, Kenny.
Boyfriend. So,
You get it? The joke is that he's kind of a cuck. Later that evening, the Night Watcher scoops this nigga up from the shadows. Raphael been working the block so long that he's catching repeat offenders.
what? Not again?
Didn't I take care of you last week?
So while he's been committing the Batman fallacy and throwing his criminals in prison, Leonardo has been fucking with a whole different direction. So later when they link up, all I think about is this. If you know, you know. Casey shows up out of nowhere and Raphael is about to slime bro out. He's about to draw his weapon and knock bro out. But he already knows that Raphael is a Night Watcher. So he takes off the helmet and he's like, how did you know? Really, my nigga? You're in a turtle-shaped costume with a shell on your back, fighting crime in the dead of night. Actually, you don't even need to go that far. He has 3 fingers. Around this time, Leo is making his way back to New York. And I know the term aura farming is overused. Even I'm guilty of it. But what else could you possibly call this shit? This nigga is standing on one of the wheels of a plane, swan dives towards the water, then pulls his glider at the last second. And hold on. Did this nigga have his eyes closed? Oh, nah. Yo, come on. So Leo links back up with the guys, and they're catching up and whatnot. When bro starts talking down on the Night Watcher, because for some reason he doesn't like vigilante justice, this nigga has to be the final boss of hypocrites. Wasn't Ski in a foreign country doing the exact same thing? Literally down to the rope trap tactics. So Raph justifiably presses him. When they see some giant monster out in the distance, getting reverse jumped by a bunch of foot niggas. And despite spending all that time in Argentina, Leonardo can't lead a goddamn thing because they immediately hop in to help the Foot Clan. Almost got backdoored by Karai before swag diving with the entire clan off of this building, leaving the 4 of them to lock in and jump this mutated monkey.
Oh, my shoulder!
Absolutely washed. What I will say is impressive durability. They went through like 10 floors and they're still alive. They should be a fine red paste on the ground right now. These boys are so sorry they start screaming and shit. Absolute fraudulence. They get saved by the grace of God as these stone golems pull up squad deep, kidnap this creature under their noses, forcing them to retreat back to the sewers when the cops start showing up. Michelangelo has the nerve to say,
I give us a 10 for style, an 8 for skill, and a 2 for stealth.
Shut
So these statues that pulled up and kidnapped the monkey, well, those are the same statues that April sold Metro Man earlier in the movie, and the Foot Clan were trying to collect the monster for him the entire time. So they're all on one big monster hunting team, and they give us a short montage of them running in on these creatures, putting them in an absolute pack, and then doing it all over again in a different part of the city. Got them locked up in this little circle like the SCP Foundation. So Raph has a conversation with Casey about the stone golems that attacked him, and coincidentally sees a goddamn pterodactyl overhead. They chase it down only to witness the Foot Clan expertly hog-tie that shit to the floor. Japan sent their top cowboys for this one, but they get spotted from a distance by the rock golems.
Witnesses.
Can't be good.
Gotta be the least stealthy ninjas I've ever seen in my life. Look at this weak ass smoke bomb. The rock golems be shooting niggas on sight, so they got a tranquilizer off on Raph. Chases him and Casey into this empty room where they immediately get caught because they are incapable of silence, and get saved once again by the grace of God in this police helicopter. Casey calls up the guys to cure Raph of whatever poison they put into him, and April feels like it's finally time to reveal the whole plot and gives us some exposition on why Metro Man is even working with these golems. 3,000 years ago, there was this warrior who happened to find a portal to another dimension. The energy from the portal gave Metro Man immortality at the cost of all of his generals turning into the stone golems that they are today. But Metro Man doesn't actually want the immortality. He's had his fill of the cocaine and hookers, and now he just wants to collect all of the monsters, throw them back into the portal, and end it all. But when his stone generals figure that out, they aren't really fine with dying. Now, the portal that they have to throw the monsters back into opens up every 3,000 years. So when Raphael runs into one of them patrolling as a night watcher, you think bro would go through some extra precautions to catch it. But no, it escapes, and Leo snipes him from a rooftop across the street. So he bolts out of the diner, and an absolute peak of a chase scene begins. Leo's using his Tarzan experience from the jungle, while Raph is just stepping on these people's cars. Definitely put a dent in this taxi driver's roof. They go through a light, up a fire escape, and onto a roof. So Leo starts spouting this hypocritical nonsense.
To know that I appreciate your intentions, but you can't change the world like this.
Raphael is just fiending to run the fade, starts swinging on Leo with maximum effort, really tried to take bro's head off with that first attack, but Gang is getting slipped easily. In fact, Leo has started to clown him while dodging. Wasn't even taking that shit seriously until the Night Watcher threw up his hands. Leo Muhammad Ali weaves all of the punches, flash steps behind bro, and executes a slow motion uppercut. Look how far bro lifted him off the ground. Got him ascending towards the heavens. This shot knocks off his mask, revealing that Raphael was the Night Watcher the entire time. They rush in and start running the fade, and it looks like they're evenly matched for a while, until Raph catches his swords with the side and snaps them bitches in two. Nigga is in so much disbelief that Raph has all the time in the world to get off this spinning flying knee to the chin. So unexpectedly, Raph won the fight, and then runs away like he didn't know what he was doing for some reason. But the literal second that he leaves, Leo gets snuck by the stone golems, who I guess just happened to be nearby. They plan to use Leo to trick Metro Man into believing that he's the 13th monster. Raphael hears some screams in the distance, but he doesn't make it back in time. Slides back to the lair to inform Splinter and get the gang all together, with April O'Neil in this goddamn Kill Bill bodysuit. They all pull up to Metro Man's tower in the middle of the city, using Casey as a distraction at the front door to get over the wall. So all the planets align, and it's time to send those abominations back to the spirit realm. Pod with Leo in it malfunctions because he isn't the 13th monster, and he's confronted with the fact that his own gang slimed him out, while an army of the Foot Clan are in the front gate getting disrespected. They ran on these niggas' heads as a team. I swear to God I would drop their pay. They make their way into the room with the portal and rescue Leonardo, hands him some brand new katanas, and start having a heart-to-heart when Big Homie got thrown from the second story right in front of their faces. Michelangelo is so unfazed he goes to poke him with a stick, but he just instantly revives, so his immortality goes beyond just old age. So Karai and April link up to go look for the 13th monster, while the TMNT squares off against the statues. And what exactly is Donnie gonna do with that stick against these rock creatures? Because the stone golems are coming with some haymakers, but Master Splinter is so confident he tells Metro Man not to step in. Like, what movie are you watching, old man? These niggas are kind of trash. But of course they save last fight to do some type of work. And there's this one scene where Leo gets kicked through this glass display, sees a bunch of swords, and he's like,
come to daddy.
and then puts them between his ass cheeks like Zorro. But then it immediately cuts to Raph fighting this other guy. It blatantly feels like an entire fight scene was cut. The four of them get cornered while April is leading the 13th monster to the portal. The gang does just enough to get these niggas into the rift. I say just enough, but they pulled one of these like Power Ranger finishers. And it looked like they won, but they didn't win, as the immortal stone creatures are in fact immortal, and they simply reform and laugh in their faces. But April is just in time, leading the 13th monster to the portal and knocking them all back in like Shuddy rolled the stripes. So Metro Man is no longer immortal. I thought he was gonna live out the rest of his life and die or something. I didn't think he was gonna evaporate. If you want more content, you should probably watch this video. Like, subscribe, and